Hallo. Hi.
Das ist eine Challenge.
Ach, das geht schon. Das kriegen wir hin.
Ich nehme mal den hier einmal rüber.
Ja, Jan.
So, ja. Schön, dass ihr da seid. Nice that you're there. Thanks for the invitation, dear W3.vision team. And I think we're going to start, right?
Yes, let's go.
So, first an introduction about us. So I'm Jan, I'm Director Web3 and Emerging Technologies at DEPT. We are a global marketing and tech agency, and we have a dedicated Web3 team that offers end-to-end services across the whole Web3 ecosystem. In the last 3 years, we were very lucky, and we had the pleasure of working with a couple of first-moving brands like H&M, AboutYou, Yuga Labs, the FIFA, and Essence. And I'm super happy to share the stage with you, dear Oliver.
Yes, great. Yeah, Oliver is my name, Oliver Lange, coming from Berlin. I'm leading a little team called H&M Beyond. We are doing innovation projects within the fashion industry. And as you might know, fashion industry has a lot of need for innovation. So we focus on different stuff. You see us producing on-demand garments. You see us creating virtual reality stuff with fantastic people like you, but also testing circular business models with consumers in real stores or real markets. And pleasure to be here and showcase 2 of the amazing things we have done together.
Yes, okay. Then let's start right away. Today we would like to show you how brands can use Web3 or 3.0. We talk about that a little bit later, technologies, to connect with the next generation of consumers and stay ahead of their competition. And before we do the little deep dive into our nice case, I would like to define what Web3 or Web.3 means from our point of view, and how we believe it will change digital. So, simply put, and I'm trying to make my life very easy right now, being at the W3.vision conference. So for us, Web3 is the next era of the web, including all technologies and all concepts that will make it through the next 10 to 15 years. We're going to see which technologies these are. And just like it happened in Web 1 and in Web 2, these new technologies will turn our lives upside down. And I'm pretty sure you all can feel it right now. We're just this far away from the next hyper disruption in digital, right? It's coming, it's knocking. And I'm personally super fascinated by these unique moments in time. We have a lot of uncertainty, we have FOMO, we have green fields, we have blue oceans, right? And lots of opportunities. And at the same time, we have a lot of question marks because nobody can really predict the future. Nobody really knows what's happening in the next years. What will change in Web3? What will change in the next years? First of all, we have emerging technologies that will change the way we will interact with the web and with each other, right? And while a lot of more stuff is happening, left and right and up and down between the little map I've drawn for you, we see 4 major building blocks. So first of all, new experiences, new identities, new economies, and of course, AI. We all know AI already had its iPhone moment, right, with the launch of ChatGPT, and it will disrupt pretty much everything in the next couple of years when it comes to production, automation, and personalization. But today we're here to talk about the new experiences, right? So the new virtual layer of the web or the spatial web and the new identities we will create to navigate these virtual worlds. Because we call it the avatar economy, and we think it represents an exciting opportunity, especially for fashion and lifestyle and beauty brands. And although all these technologies are still in very, very early phases, we think it makes all the sense in the world to explore them right now. And on top of these new technologies, there's a buzzing new generation of consumers, right? They will heavily influence the way brands build their digital ecosystem, they do their marketing, and they do their branding. And Yes, Gen Z, Gen Alpha, I think you already heard of them. They have new behaviors. They have a new set of needs that you will need to serve if you want to close the generation gap. I believe most of you have. And we think you want to close this gap because these generations already account for 25% of our population, and they are growing, right? So I think by now it's clear for everyone that you can reach these audiences via linear TV or via email. But did you know that Gen Z already spends 25% of their free time in games or with games? And that's much more than any other type of entertainment, including streaming, including social. And if we look to Gen Alpha, the young ones, more than half of the 8 to 11-year-olds and a third of the 12 to 15-year-olds play on gaming platforms like Roblox on a regular basis. And this is massive, right? So this will lead us to number 3 of what will happen in the next years. New technologies, on the one hand. New consumer behaviors will lead to drastic paradigm shifts you have to prepare for. And the first exciting and somehow scary symptom I found is this. So Wall Street Journey found out that lots of kids in the US, but I think it's the same in Europe, are already having their pocket money, their allowance, their Taschengeld, paid out in in-game currencies of gaming platforms like Roblox or Fortnite. And what does this mean? Let this melt your brain for a little bit. It means that their digital identity is worth more to them than their physical identity. It's a strange thing, right? So I think as a father, as a private person, especially as a father, I see this super skeptical. But from a professional point of view, this represents, I would say, yeah, once in a lifetime consumer shift, yeah, that we need to cater to in the future. And this leads us to the first paradigm shift we would like to discuss today. And this is from flat to immersive. So we think that big parts of the web we know today will increasingly evolve from an immersive, from a flat to immersive site architecture. Why? Because in 3D, brands can, of course, place their products in different ways, and they can create really cool, really unique brand experiences. And I think now it's time for you, Olli, to take over and show the audience a little bit about the H&M innovation journey.
Yes. Yeah? I do that. Thanks, Jan. So you have heard a lot of the fantastic content already. I'm here to present some content based on that, what you have shown. So an innovation journey. The latest observation we did doing innovation projects for 4 years right now, that it's great to have an innovation journey in mind. To not jump on every trend that you see quickly and just try to beat the shit out of it, right? So doing fireworks in all of these tech-enabled or sometimes even tech-driven products is very easy. We always think about it like a slow-burning fire. So how can you start a journey where you don't know where this will land? So you're even pioneering the space. You're creating the streets on your own. And one of the first things we did was thinking about a use case that makes sense to test the virtual world, so to say, in a B2B mode as a PR tool. So the first thing I've brought with me today is the virtual showroom that we have created for H&M within 12 weeks development time. So the developments go really, really quick if you know what you want, but they are set up to learn. So we are ultimately building cases where we can then create data, where we can talk to people and learn about their behaviors to go then the next steps together. So maybe we click on that showroom. We will have a video for you. And you have seen that it got some great coverage and some great prices. And even more, we got some great feedback from the people who we built this for. But let's have a look.
Yes.
OK. Then maybe I can talk over it if there's no sound. So this is a cut down of the actual experience. And I won't talk through.
Now the sound is coming.
Give me some seconds and just enjoy. Yes. The H&M Virtual Showroom, I hope you like it. And of course, this is a different thing than scrolling down on a web page, right? So this is the first difference that you see. This is a showroom to stroll into and not scroll down. So this went live in Europe. So we have released it to the people, to the press, dinosaurs in Germany and others. And we got some great feedback. So from the aesthetics, from the visuals, from the garment representation, we managed to get the campaign across in a totally different and new way. Although everyone could download the assets for all the releases they do in their print media. So that was the first thing we got. The second was, for innovation, always great. I'm not sure who's doing innovation projects in big corporates. You need like these internal people. They need to jump on, they need to like it because this even secures the next steps. So check on that box. They were surprised about it and proud. Third thing was a sneaky thing we did. So we just said, let's push the press aside. Let's invite some hundreds of the younger audience, of the people out there who are like creating the future of what everything will be. So we invited Gen Z people and asked them very specific questions on how they perceive the brand in this way, what they would want to see, what they expect from a brand, in between from just doing exactly the same things that you can do in the real world, than doing things that are impossible, like flying around, keeping the ceiling away from the world. So it was just a very nice reflection that we got to make sure, OK, there should be a second step on this innovation journey. And what it is, we can click, I guess.
Yes.
It was the first virtual concert that we did. Here again, development time, 8 weeks. So it's very quick. If you have the IP once created, you can directly use it to create some other use cases. So this time, B2C. So we said, let's do a concert that includes the people worldwide in the Philippine communities, people that normally can't afford to fly to Manila, to drive to Manila, to pay a ticket for their favorite band, right? This is the beauty of technologies like that. From an inclusive perspective, from democratizing what the values you have as a brand, you can easily do things like that. So the concert happened in Philippines, and what it is and what it was and what we got will this video show.
Yes.
At H&M, we're all about democratizing fashion.
Time.
What if we could do the same for music? Together with our team in the Philippines, we created a unique music experience tailored for Gen Z in only 8 weeks, championing local talent while giving them access to a worldwide audience. Most Filipinos belong to the low-income class, so creating something anyone could join, regardless of background or tech savviness, was essential. That's why we repurposed our virtual showroom as a concert venue for P-pop band BGYO. We offered free access through any device. All you needed was Wi-Fi. Concert goers could customize their own avatars, view merch, and interact with other fans and the band. Fans could meet the band at our flagship store in Manila while shopping merch seen virtually. In an age where attention span is low, 11,000 people from 61 countries spent an average of 12.51 minutes in the space. The concert reached 48 million with barely any media spend or PR. It dominated the top 3 trending topics on Twitter in the Philippines, comprising 35% of H&M's entire Twitter conversation during the campaign period. The NPS was 98.2%, with 94% of respondents saying that they would buy tickets to similar virtual music experiences in the future. The concert truly democratized the music experience in the Philippines and beyond, making participants part of music history, as this was not only our first virtual concert, but the first.
Yes. So you have seen these KPIs. I'm not a marketing person, but it helps in these innovation projects. And the most remarkable number is 12.51. That was the average time people spend in that world. You know the average time, the spend people can concentrate in social media and how much time they spend on pages, and you can just compare. So what's next? Also here, we just opened the funnel and we just asked 11,000 people about their experience. And we got high interest in experiences like that. We got a crazy NPS, as you saw. But we also heard about interest in physical and digital merch. So it was about selling assets to the people. They want to get something, they want to keep something, they want to buy something. So that is, of course, the next logical step. So how can we play with what H&M has to offer? I mean, we are a fashion brand. So what can we offer and what can we give to the community? And in which way can we test what makes sense? And what you can expect is the next activation within that IP that is created is a next bigger concert that may happen in whole Asia. So including in India, for example. And there we will also offer mixed reality filters. We will test immersive commerce. So from all the optimized e-com solutions, how does it make us feel when we walk through a concert where we can shop merchandise? Or we might even create it on our own. So co-creating stuff within the environment with your friends from somewhere else. This is exciting, as well as testing digital to avatar fashion that we want to find out about. So that's the next step we will do in this little innovation journey.
Really, really cool, Olli. Yep. So happy how the whole project went out. And it's the unknown, right?
Yeah, and I hope you agree. I mean, and the unknown can frighten us, and there's a lot of things we need to solve, but the unknown can also be an opportunity for naive optimists trying out stuff. And instead of trying to build the whole strategy once and then doing everything, the world is so unstable that we think, at least, it makes sense to break it down to smaller steps, smaller use cases, and to just tap into these fields with the feedback and the data you create on these innovation journeys.
Yes, amazing. So, there's a lot going on, right? At the same time, and there's another paradigm shift we would like to highlight today with you. So it's from socials to games. So while the metaverse, in its purest definition, will take a couple of years. I think Gartner said it's going to be productive in like 10 years or something. So there are still gaming platforms that attract lots of users already today. And this, of course, attracts more and more brands. And gaming platforms like Roblox, Fortnite, or Minecraft have hundreds of millions of daily active users. And these are exactly the places where the young audiences spend their free time, where they hang out, where they socialize, right? And if we just look at Roblox, very interesting platform, they report 65 million daily active users. And it's not just kids playing there. So the fastest growing age group on Roblox is 17 to 24-year-olds, right? So the whole platform is growing up. And what we think, why you should consider building on Roblox, going on Roblox, we see it as kind of a new marketing channel where you can connect with your future customers, the young generations you don't reach in other channels that well. We think gaming is not anymore just a nerd culture, right? It's an essential part of pop culture, and it's driving pop culture. And it's an excellent place to start building an engaged community, and most importantly, dear Olli, to create meaningful experiences for your target groups, right?
I 100% agree on the meaningfulness. I mean, you talked about it as a father. I'm a father myself. So do I want to spend my kids a lot of time in front of the smartphone? Well, maybe not. If they spend time on the smartphone, should it make sense and should it be meaningful? I would say yes to that. So that's why I love that on Roblox, for example, we have brought something, Looptopia from H&M. It's bridging two things. It's one, taking the gamified aspects of a platform like that, where people want to hang around with their friends after school, chatting and playing, but also bringing this together with sustainability in fashion, to learn about circularity, to learn about how garments are made, to learn about what you do and how you express yourself, to not land in a, let's say, fast fashion environment because there's simply too much stuff out there. So Roblox Looptopia is a gamified experience where kids really learn how to build garments on their own and how to dispose and how to recycle and how to create designs, which I think is meaningful to me, to make sure we make something out of these wonderful technologies, and they are enabling us as human beings to be better human beings, maybe in the way how we consume, for example.
Yes, and let's have a look at the movie.
Yes. Yes.
A lot of bass.
And there is like, the last thing that will happen is at the moment Stranger Things activation on Roblox. So also here, when you have initiated the first step, it's way more easy to do the second one. So
yes.
Building your own ladder and not seeing the mountain, I think, is a good idea, or a good hint, maybe.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah. So I think we're almost done with our little session here. So there are a few things we would like you to remember from today. So first of all, Web3 or Web 3.0 is coming, if you like it or not. So we think you should connect now to the young audiences. Don't wait. Embrace new technologies, test them early, and get your organization ready for mass adoption, right? Before these technologies hit. And because I really love this next chart, if you wait until new technologies have fully arrived in the masses, you will have literally no chance to catch up with your competition, right? And it happens every 10 years. Every time the same thing. We all miss out on very important digital shifts because we deny them. So learn from the past to build a smarter future. And talking about smart, so we honestly think, Ollie, that we can build a better web in the future. Actually, we all should spend less time online to live more in the moment. And the time we spend online should be radically improved by new kinds of experiences. That's the way we envision the web. So we hope you liked our little session today. Please join us on the DEPT booth over there. You can actually play the H&M or experience the H&M virtual showroom. Also a Roblox game we just launched for the beauty brand Essence. And let's connect. Yeah.
Great.
So, thanks for listening to us.
Thanks, Anne. Thanks, everyone. Thanks. Have a great day. Bye.